Lord come and say a few words.
I don't need a microphone when I think. This is a great day. The opening day of the school. Most of you remember about 2.5 years ago, it was announced that the school was going to close. Well, the Canaan community, being the rascals that we are, decided to put together a committee to see if we couldn't start the over. Today is evidence that that was successful. We had a lot of good people working for the school. Kids, you need to enjoy this. There's no other school like this in Indiana. I'd just like to thank everybody on the board, especially Dean and Mike. Our guests here, they've been a big help with us. But I want you to know that this is a community school. Everyone said it out here at that party. Always remember that. Just enjoy the day.
Board President. Mike, thank you, Terry. I can't really say much more than what Terry said, but I'm glad to see all of you out here. This is pretty emotional for me, but I'm glad to see everybody's here. We love these kids. So, thank you very much for coming. Thank you for all the support. Thank you.
When I moved here, my wife and I, this has been a little over 2 years ago, moved into a home and hadn't been in it very long, and then the next Saturday somebody was mowing my lawn. And I said, do you know this guy? No. You know this guy? No, I don't know who he is. Is he the lawn boy? I don't know. Well, the lawn boy turned out to be my next door neighbor, Kevin Kellogg. So I got to know Kevin as a friend before I knew all the other things that he was and did. And does and whatever. So he's a dear friend, first and foremost, to me and my wife. We really appreciate him and his family, and ask him to say some few words there.
Thank you, Mike. Never realized I would get the payback from a single lawn mowing, but I just want you all to know I did mow it several other times. There was only payment in kind on occasion. Look, this is a small miracle, what you're witnessing here today. I cannot tell you how many people said when this school was closed that anyone who's going to try to reopen it cannot be done. It cannot be done. They didn't know the Schaefer family. They didn't know the rest of the Canaan community. They didn't see the desire on the part of great teachers and wonderful kids to be here. So instead of being the Canaan Cougars, maybe you should name yourselves the Canaan Phoenixes. I also just want to pay tribute to the folks who are here. You might ask, why on earth is the Superintendent of Public Instruction here, Representative Fry, Senator Smith, Ball State? They're here because this is important. This is an unusual occurrence. You are breaking new ground. The rest of the state, the rest of the nation are watching you because the notion that competition isn't just good in high school basketball, it's also good in education because it benefits the children and the parents, is occasionally considered a radical idea. You have taken control of your own destiny. I'm really honored to be here. And I think those who have made it possible, our superintendent of public instruction at the state level, our governor, the state legislators, they created the environment that gave you the chance to pull this off. And I really respect everyone who's involved in it at the local level and at the state level. Thank you.
I just want to share one thing very briefly. And again, we want to move this right along. But what Kevin just said, Dina and I and Norbert, her husband, were at a meeting in DuPont right after school was out. And of course, those of you locally know that this DuPont school was closed. And the community was trying to figure out what to do. And in there, though, they did invite a number of special guests. The superintendent of Jennings County, the CFO of Southwestern was there, and some other people. And it was very interesting because a longtime educator, who we respect greatly and is a dear friend of us, actually, of me especially, because I can call her and ask her questions about how do you do this on the state level in terms of fund accounting and everything, and she's wonderful. She will answer any question. But she also stood and bemoaned the fact and said, I don't understand why public schools need to start marketing. Well, it's this whole idea. It's sort of capitalism in terms of education, to actually do the very best you can and to show people you're trying to do the very best you can. So I do appreciate what Kevin just said. One person also I want to introduce and have him come and speak very briefly. He is somebody who will be working here with us, but he's also somebody who is a charter school board member. We're very excited to have Mr. Haphazard. Happy to come up and share just a little bit. He also brought with him today a whole van load of textbooks and library books, and he had to drive up to Toledo to get them, so we're very thankful for that.
Glad to be here, Dr. Ben, Senator, legislative members. It's so important that charter schools work together. The Lord is my wife and I are both board members of the Galileo Charter School, and Lord is our fuel network. But when schools run into roadblocks from our traditional public partners, we have to be able to band together and do things collectively. And the books that are coming in today are from the Toledo schools, from Toledo, Ohio, from a charter school authorizer, a friend of charter schools, Dr. Jim George. And it's just neat to be able to work together and help one another move forward with charter schools. It's so important that these people up here in town are doing to help move the charter school agenda forward. Not only in this state, but in all states. So just delighted to be here and look forward to working with everyone this year.
Councilman Lord.